How long is this going to take? What's the goal?
Right.
Right?
We heard 2 weeks, right?
And then we heard 2 to 3 weeks.
First, it was Infrastructure Week.
Right.
It was going to be like Infrastructure Week.
Right.
Then it was the 2 weeks thing.
Right.
Which he always goes for 2 weeks.
Loves 2 weeks.
Because, people forget. Mm-hmm. By that, he means, I forgot.
Just tell them 2 weeks.
Just say 2 weeks. It'll be fine. I'll pay them in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Then it's 4 weeks, and now it's...
Well, it was 4 to 6, according to Hegseth.
Sorry.
And then it was, there's no timeline.
Right.
No timeline.
Yeah.
But it's not a war, you understand.
Right.
This is not a war.
It's not
Don't
regime
call it a
change.
war.
Hegseth said it's not regime change, but boy, did the regime change.
Well, it hasn't. I mean, it's still the
I
same
know.
regime. How are you feeling about it, Jodi?
I'm incredibly depressed. I told you, I'm slathering myself in Turner Classic Movies.
I'm so sorry. When I said, how do you feel about it, I meant Caitlin Collins' outfit, which
that outfit I like.
It's Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast extension of the Have I Got News for You cinematic universe. I'm your host, Michael Ian Black, joined by the delightful Jodi Lennon, Jim Biederman. Have I Got News for You producers? Man, we got some stuff to talk about.
I've been watching a lot of TCM this weekend.
Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah, to avoid some of the other stuff.
Oh, did something happen?
But it's been fun. I watched all that jazz.
Wait,
Which
that
one?
was calming for you? All that jazz?
We went to go see, and I'm telling this to the audience,
Yes.
we went to see Amber Ruffin's new musical,
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, stage musical.
Stage musical, which had its opening night at City Center.
So exciting.
Friday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Close.
That's what I meant.
Close.
She was with us on Friday night.
Right.
It was great.
Who are you?
It was so...
Who are you?
It's so dumb and so funny.
Yeah.
And I for those not in the comedy world, when I say something is dumb, that's about
It's
my
a
highest compliment. It's so good. There's good music. The performances are great. Amber was dressed. Amber's not in it, but she was dressed as a sort of as a theater matador, which I thought was just great.
What's a theater matador?
I don't know. She had like a matador jacket on
like
with,
a bolero
pearls
kind
and-
of.
But it was a great night. I was delighted.
Jim is in such a good mood today. Let's get that on the record. Let's get this on the record.
It's rare, and I'm
I have
celebrating
very little
it.
to be good news about.
You have very little to be good news about.
Your project to invade Iran is finally happening.
Yeah, I know.
It's a little, the why is a little strange.
Before we get to why, I do say this, and once it happens, you're like, was that it?
Oh, no. That's not. The big wave is coming.
Yeah?
We haven't even started, brother.
It feels like a disappointment.
No. You want all your presents all at once. Think of it as Hanukkah. Every day we're going to get a new.
Right.
We invaded.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Khamenei is dead. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
They're evacuating American embassies
Yeah.
now. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Every day we get a new present.
Yeah.
It's great.
We're not getting regime change. Happy Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are getting regime change.
Happy Hanukkah.
They were about to attack us with nukes. They never had nukes. Every day it's a new gift.
This is a very weird game.
What do you mean,
not
Jodi?
A weird game.
Look,
it's not a weird game because you know what?
Here comes the clip. He's
Here comes the
segueing.
clip.
He's segueing.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
He did say eminent,
Eminent,
as opposed
yeah,
to imminent. So well-respected.
Yeah,
well-respected threats.
Right. The bombs are very, very highly regarded.
You got his ass.
Some of these bombs have multiple degrees.
I like when he's reading, obviously, and it's a little Christopher Walken-esque, where he doesn't. It's like there's no punctuation.
That's funny that you said that.
What?
I went on Blue Sky. I made a joke the other day that said, "Is he doing a Christopher Walken
Oh, really?
impersonation?"
Oh.
Yeah, that's so funny
you
that
go.
you're stealing my joke. I don't believe you. Deny it. I don't believe you.
I am not on Blue Sky.
When did he say that?
That
He
was
said
at
that
3
on Saturday.
a.m.
Yeah, he recorded it. By the way, I think he recorded it earlier
Probably.
on Saturday, and then apparently went to a fundraiser.
Yeah, he was at Mar-a-Lago,
Yeah.
dancing and doing whatever.
Which
But
is where you go when you want to, announce a huge attack.
I had my initial thing of outrage about that. I was like, what's that asshole doing? But then I was thinking about it. I was like, Obama was doing the whatchamacallit when they launched the Osama bin Laden raid. He was doing the White House Correspondents' Dinner at the same time that the raid was going on to kill bin Laden. So I'm
I
like,
think
how mad can I be?
there's a difference. They have been
What's the
searching him
difference?
down for months.
They what?
They'd been searching him down for months.
Hunting him down,
We've
sorry.
been getting ready to invade Iran for months.
Apparently, according to Trump, I heard him say that, we talked about it for a week and I just decided, fuck it.
Is that the quote?
Yeah.
We just talked about it. Fuck it.
So he recorded that in late at night, and then
they put it out at 2 or 3 in the morning
Yeah,
on
like 3
Saturday.
a.m.
yeah, we woke up
We woke up to that.
like everybody, but
Your show's preempted.
right.
I know, the worst
The
news of the
show
week.
was preempted.
Worst news.
It was a different energy to the edit this weekend.
Sure, because it's not going to be on the TV.
I told Jodi this.
I'm listening.
The last time I was on a show, working on a show when there was a crisis of this
Magnitude.
an invasion that we were invading people was in 1991 Desert Storm. I think it was 91 or 90, 99. And I was working, we were producing we were filming the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at the Waldorf Astoria, I think. And it was incredibly weird because there was this ladies and gentlemen, Tom Petty. And
Bombs
meanwhile,
falling over
there's
Baghdad.
over by the bathroom, there was videos, like a TV set of the invasion of Kuwait.
When that happened, that first war,
Yeah.
I remember watching the bombs falling on Baghdad. I was sick in bed in San Antonio while we were touring with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my gosh.
And thinking to myself, I'm going to have to go to war because I'm 19 years old.
You're of draft age.
I'm of draft age.
Wow.
And thank goodness I took those typing classes in high school.
F space. F
Yes.
F
And the
space.
reason I did that is because I was explaining this to my daughter. Because I calculated that every 20 years, this is in high school, I calculated every 20 years, America goes into a major conflict. And I calculated that when I'm 18 or 19 will be those 20 years. And if I know how to type, I'll be put in the typing pool instead of on the front lines.
Are you wearing a dress?
Of course I'm wearing a dress.
Okay.
And
you
I'm
can do like
I'm doing a clinger thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
That's when I first began wearing women's clothing. And it felt right. And it continues to feel right.
Isn't it weird how something like a war or something that's inherently evil opens up a whole part of your personality? You go like, you know what?
This is who I am.
I am a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, here's the reason, according to CNN's preeminent cross-dresser, Scott Jennings.
Oh, no. Boy, did he get played.
He got played. Here we go.
I talked to very senior administration officials today. They had intelligence that the regime was going to fire missiles into U.S. military and civilian targets. They were still enriching uranium. They would not give up on that. We had a lot of justification to do this. They tried diplomacy. Iran wouldn't do it. The president acted to save American lives. That was the justification.
We're getting something that's different. A source telling us that U.S. intelligence does contradict the assertion that there were no indications that the Iranians plans to strike. But look, this is...
For those of you who are just listening, Scott Jennings does a thing. He plays to camera.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate this guy. He does the thing where he kind of smirks and goes, well, all right, if you're lying to yourself, that kind of look like, you're full of shit.
Who knows better?
Yeah.
Senior Trump administration officials or this guy? And what we know is the senior Trump administration officials lie. They
Right.
lie.
Why are we supposed to
No,
believe?
what came out is that the senior Trump officials never said anything like that. So he's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm sure Scott Jennings is telling the truth that he talked to
That someone
somebody.
told him that, yeah.
Yeah, somebody told him that. Of course they did.
Well, now you say it.
Because he's a useful idiot for them.
Speaking of which, this is a surprise one. This is Megyn Kelly talking about Scott Jennings.
We saw CNN's Scott Jennings, who's always talking with the administration, parroting this over the weekend, posting on X, quote, senior Trump admin officials telling me that credible intel indicated Iran planned preemptive missile strikes against U.S. military targets in the region and against civilian targets as well. Failure to act would have resulted in mass U.S. casualties. Does that make any sense to you? I mean, stop and think about it for a minute. I'm close to this administration in many ways as well.
Humble brag.
But I don't allow them to use me like a fool. Does it make any sense to you that Iran was planning preemptive strikes against us and our civilians, knowing full well of the massive military assets we had moved into the region, the aircraft carriers and so on? Obviously, it doesn't.
Right.
I mean, she's. I'm gonna have
go
to deny I
say it.
ever said this. Megyn Kelly is right.
So you think Santa's only white too? Wow, Jim. Okay.
The part that I just find kind of humorous is that she gets excited about the fact, like, oh, so they're going to attack us, the greatest military. Like, that's not really even. That's still not even the reason you should be saying this.
So are they playing him for a fool?
Of course.
It's nice.
No, hang on. You're assuming he believed in the first place. He came on and said, "I will." Yeah, you want me? What do you want me to say? Blah, blah, blah. Great, done. I'll say it. And then he says it, and then he gets basically called out on it. I don't think he fucking believes anything about anything. Scott Jennings only believes one thing: did my check cash?
Wow.
Okay, so Scott Jennings and I have that in common.
You guys are closer than you think.
Hey, how do you think? How did Megyn Kelly put that top on?
You know, hang on one second. Before you even go there, I was going to say, what is she wearing? And I thought, you know what? No, that's exactly the wrong thing to say. And you,
I'm
Jim,
not asking about.
I had the same thought.
I just am asking about the mechanics of it.
well, what she's
I have
wearing
a prediction.
It's like a leotard with the.
There's a cutout.
Yeah.
There's a peekaboo.
I thought
at the
this was a
top.
separate piece.
And then
I thought it was like a leather
her
choker.
hands
Right.
are also like fingerless
catsuit,
gloves.
right.
They are fingerless.
So there is part of me that thinks you put the bottom part on first, and then the sleeves and the neck are flipped in front of you. And then you have to put your head and your arms through.
Jim, I think it was responsible of us for not to be sexist.
Correct.
And I was glad that Jodi gave us the opportunity to be sexist.
I didn't say a
wasn't being
word.
sexist.
The two of you got into it. I didn't.
I was just curious about the mechanics of it because I just really saw it as a complicated top to put on.
Hey, hold that thought. And while we're in break, do yourselves a favor. Hit join, become a member, and then you get access to all kinds of cool stuff. And we're back. Jim, what were you saying?
Here's Caitlin Collins continuing to, I guess, piss on Scott Johnson's parade. John Jennings.
We're getting some new reporting in just now to CNN, and this comes after what happened earlier today. Briefers from the Pentagon acknowledged, apparently, to congressional staff that Iran was not planning to strike U.S. forces and bases in the Middle East unless Israel had attacked Iran first.
Right. Okay, that's another piece of the puzzle.
It gets really, really good. All right, so for whatever fucking reason you invaded, how long is this going to be? How long is this going to take? What's the goal?
Right.
Right?
We heard 2 weeks, right?
And then we heard 2 to 3 weeks.
First it was Infrastructure Week.
Right.
It was going to be like Infrastructure Week.
Right.
Then it was the 2 weeks thing.
Right.
Which he always goes for 2 weeks.
Loves 2 weeks.
Because, people forget. Mm-hmm. By that, he means, I forgot.
Just tell them 2 weeks.
Just say 2 weeks. It'll be fine. I'll pay them in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Then it's 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. And now it's...
Well, it was 4 to 6, according to Hegseth.
Sorry.
And then it was, there's no timeline.
Right.
No timeline.
Yeah.
But it's not a war, you understand.
Right.
This is not a war.
It's not
Don't
regime
call it a
change.
war.
Hegseth said it's not regime change, but boy, did the regime change.
Well, it hasn't. I mean,
know.
it's still the same regime. How are you feeling about it, Jodi?
I'm incredibly depressed. I told you, I'm slathering myself in Turner Classic Movies.
I'm so sorry. When I said, how do you feel about it, I meant Caitlin Collins' outfit, which
that outfit I like. That I can figure out. It's a blouse. It buttons in the front. than a jacket over it. I would just like to comment on everyone's outfit
I mean,
instead of the
Caitlin,
news.
I do like the way Caitlin Collins dresses.
I don't want to talk about wardrobe. It's not right. There's a war going on.
It's not
I mean,
a
it's not a
war.
war. It's not a war.
Here's the BBC reporting on Trump's kind of calculations about how long this is going to
You should not be able to talk. You should not be allowed to talk about war with a Ferris wheel as your backdrop.
It's
I understand.
Singapore, I think.
Speaking about the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, President Trump said, "I got him before he got me. They tried twice. Well, I got him first."
I got him before
he
they got
got
me.
me, right.
He got. They tried
Twice.
but I got him first.
Right. So they're saying Trump is saying they tried to assassinate
Is
me.
he saying that the kid
Iran,
the
government
kid
of Iran tried to assassinate him? Now I don't know what that's based
one of
on.
them is the kid who shot him from the roof.
Yes.
That's
that famous Persian kid who shot him from the roof.
It's Iranian operative.
Well, I'm just going to see what he's talking about.
I have no idea.
Wait, you're
Did
Googling.
Iran try to assassinate Trump?
It shouldn't. It should be something we all know
It seems like
without having to look it up.
Okay, so in 2024, the Justice Department did announce a murder for hire and related charges against the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Charges announced today expose Iran's continued brazen attempts to target U.S. citizens, including President-elect Donald
But
Trump.
that sounds like something that's a kind of a standing
Yeah,
offer.
See if they tried to kill other presidents.
Iran?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think Iran's basically tried to kill everybody.
right?
At some
that's their whole bag,
Yeah,
baby. That's
yeah.
what they do,
Yeah.
baby.
Baby!
That's
What are we
their
going to get mad at them about that for, baby?
That's their
what they
brand.
do, baby.
It's their brand.
It's epic fury.
It's their brand. It's their brand.
It's
Don't get
Iran,
off
baby.
brand. Don't get off brand. You know why? Because the buyer says, "What the fuck is that?" When you're on brand, they go, "I know that." They want to kill me.
Sometimes I sit in this room and the three of us are having three different conversations at the same time. You're over here doing baby, and you're over here. It's Iran. It's what they do. And I'm like, what is happening? Right
It
this
goes
second?
on. BBC's not done.
Oh.
They don't say Khamenei and call it quits. They got more to say.
Will you say Scott Johnson again?
Scott Johnson.
And he's also told ABC News that the U.S. had identified possible candidates to take over Iran, but they were killed in the initial attack. He said, quote, "The attack was so successful it knocked out most of the candidates. It's not going to be anybody that we were thinking of because they are all dead. Second or third place is dead."
Look, there were people we were thinking about. They're dead now, so they're not. They're off the list.
So if anybody wants to do it,
I mean, it was very successful. You know the guy we wanted? We killed him.
so we don't know why
No.
we're there,
No, we don't.
and we don't know what the objectives are.
No.
There-
And we don't know how long it's going to last.
Correct.
That's yeah. So
But-
I'm a little on edge. No, you almost did a spit take. That's exciting.
I'm not. I don't know.
You're in a good mood, which is very bizarre.
My mood has nothing to do or not to do with.
The news.
Right.
I understand that.
20 years ago,
No, here we go.
Here we go.
Jim
You were-
worked for the Project for the New American Century
It's true.
Oh.
with Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney,
Yeah.
and John Bolton. Not a lot of people know this because he was also producing The Whitest Kids You Know at the same time.
Okay. How can he juggle all these things?
It's you know what? It sounds like a lot of work. I would say it was more work doing Whitest Kids, but I'd go down once a week to D.C. on the Acela,
yeah.
and we'd have a conference.
And
You know
plan
what
the
they say?
overthrow of the Iranian regime.
If you want to get something done,
The
ask
known
a busy
unknown.
person.
The known unknown came out of that whole thing. So
which was
something-
great line.
it was great, right?
I mean, we're still using it.
Come on. Here's Pete Hegseth, our Department of now.
Yeah, where you have to use the new term.
I don't.
Department of Major Combat Operations.
Yes, that's what they're changing it to. Eminent invasion operations. No,
Yes.
almost every news outlet called it Department of Defense,
Good. They
which I
should.
think is fantastic.
That is what
yeah.
it's called.
Exactly what it's called, and yet they're still
they
playing
use
this
the other term.
fucking stupid bullshit game. But anyway, here he is at yesterday morning's press conference, which, in Pete Hegseth fashion, was a little harsher version of Fox and Friends on the weekend.
I heard the question about 4 weeks. It's the typical NBC sort of gotcha type question.
Yeah, how long is it going to take? The president said something about 4 weeks. Oh, you think I'm going to fall for that?
President Trump has all the latitude in the world to talk about how long it may or may not take. 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 6 weeks. It could move up. It could move back. We're going to execute at his command the objectives we've set out to achieve. And what he has shown an ability to do that other presidents can't quite seem to have the aperture to do, well, I mean, Joe Biden didn't even know what he was doing, is to look for opportunities and off-ramps and escalations for the United States that creates new opportunities to execute what we need on our own timeline. So you can play games about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He has all the latitude, and I'm glad he does, because there's no better communicator than our president expressing those things.
The Daily Mail.
I've been in meetings with the president for the last 2.5 days. We know exactly where his headspace is, and he will communicate as he should exactly what he would like, and we will follow those orders. And I think everything he said on that is right down the middle.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I don't
He's
know.
saying absolutely
It's
nothing.
just words, just
it's
words.
Fox and Friends Sunday morning.
He's just spinning cotton candy out of words.
Yeah. I meet with the president all the time, and you know what? You know what he knows? A lot. And he tells us what he knows, and I agree with him.
And he's straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Straight down the middle. No better communicator. He's got an aperture. None of these other guys had an aperture.
Now, I originally thought we should have put these two clips together to ends with no better communicator than Donald Trump. And I thought we would talk about it a little bit, but you know what?
Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well, if the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this. Do you agree with that, Pete? I don't think there's anything, Mr. General. I think there's nothing boring about it. Somebody actually said from the media, I think he'll get bored after about a week or two. No, we don't get bored. I never get bored. If I got bored, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I guarantee you that.
I would argue that's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Can we just? It's a tiny point for the great communicator, but it's unnecessary to call somebody Mr. General.
Yeah.
Because general's already the title.
It's in the title.
Yeah.
You might not know a timeline because, it's not clear what's happening,
I think.
right?
Now, look.
How do you know if something's done
Why?
That's
Are you,
right.
I think you're trying to
If
put
you-
logic on this.
if we're not clear what
Your
we're doing?
aperture isn't wide enough, Jody.
Yeah.
Widen your aperture.
Yeah.
So if I'm the president
Yeah.
or if I'm Hegseth,
Yeah.
I'm probably saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying, well, we can't give you a timeline because this is a major combat operation. We've
Right.
got certain
Right.
objectives.
Right.
Well, then why the fuck did you give a timeline to begin with?
Right.
Maybe don't give the timeline
Right.
and then act offended when people are like, okay, so you're going to stick to the timeline? Why
Right.
would you be offended about that?
Or then say, people think they said I'll get bored. I don't get bored. I wouldn't be standing here if I would get bored.
I wonder who said he was going to get bored.
I don't know, but God bless
That's
that
so-
person. And
Stop.
please, whoever you are, if you're listening, if you can hear our voices, keep saying it.
The subtext of that statement is somebody would have said to him at some point, hey, Donald, you don't want to be president. It's so boring. And he's like, nah, I don't get bored. I'll be president.
No, you know what I'll do? Look, if I get bored, I'll knock down the East Wing.
We also projected 4 weeks to terminate the military leadership, and as you know, that was done in about an hour, so we're ahead of schedule there.
We planned to get the permission from the Historic Commission to tear down the East Wing, but we did it on Friday night, so we're ahead of schedule.
It just seems like if you're going to start a war,
Yeah. Or a military.
major combat operations,
Major
Epic
combat
Fury.
effort, yeah.
if you're going to
Gonna start Epic Fury.
if you're going to have your epic fury, we should at least know what you're trying to do. What are you trying
You
to
can't
do?
say Epic Fury with a straight face.
It's so stupid. They have terrible branding.
They really do.
Yeah.
They just have terrible branding. And I know it's petty and whatever, and people's lives are at stake and everything. But it's
People's
so,
lives are at stake, and then they are fighting on our behalf with this name. So it is going to be a thing
It's a double downer.
that they're going to have trauma around.
The name.
Around the name?
Speaking of trauma,
I mean,
here's
people
the.
have trauma around Desert Storm.
Yeah, but not because of the name.
No, but the name will be triggering.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Of course it will. But in future decades, there will be fewer and fewer opportunities to put the words epic and fury together. So it will be less triggering. because nobody
We'll
should,
never do it again.
you know,
Nobody
should
will
ever
ever
say
do it
those
again.
words together.
A new CNN poll says nearly 6 in 10 Americans do not agree with the military action and believe a long-term military conflict between the two nations is likely. 60% say they're not confident Trump has a clear plan, and nearly as many say they don't trust him to make the right decisions about the use of force in Iran.
Why do 4 in 10 Americans support this? What are they supporting?
I saw in the New York Times a
that
video
rag?
of interviewing people. I think it was MS Now. They were interviewing primary voters down in Texas.
Okay.
And
From both parties?
no.
Okay.
And from the Republican voters in the Republican primary. And every single one of them one person out of 5 said, I don't think this is a good idea. The other 4 basically said, I trust what Trump's doing, and I may not, I have some questions about it, but. So that's what that 41% represents.
Right.
Independents, by the way, if you just did independents, so those are all parties, it's much, much more extreme.
Yeah, it's like 78%
Yeah.
or something, right? Against?
Yeah. I was going to say 80-20 because it's easier math for me to get to 100. But yeah, 78's good. I can figure that out. I see 80 would be 20. So it's like, anyway, the point is it's a lot of people. So the kind of really bad handling at home, why we are spending what will count to hundreds of millions of dollars in
Did you say millions?
hundreds of millions of
No,
dollars.
it'll be billions.
I don't know if we'll get to the billions on this in this 4 weeks.
Absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
We have half of our military there right now.
You think
In
it's going
4
to be there's like
weeks.
$1 billion?
I mean, 3 planes. There was friendly
Right.
fire where
That's
3
$270
planes
million
dropped
right
out of
there.
the sky.
That was $300 million.
Well, you can fix them.
You can fix them when you blow them up.
I like the way the footage of it kind of spiraling down.
I hate to admit it, and I wouldn't say this if all the pilots weren't safe.
Yeah,
They're
they were all
safe.
safe.
They
But it was
parachuted
really
out.
cool to watch
Yeah.
the Kuwaiti,
Yeah.
our ally, shoot it down. Not because I want anything to happen to anybody,
Yeah.
but just the technology was
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just you just see this thing spinning around, spitting fire. It hits the jet tumbles. You see the eject. I mean, I'm glad everybody's okay. Is my point.
Yeah. I
But
could do without the imagery.
I liked it.
I like.
I don't want to see. I don't ever want to see anybody hurt, injured in any way, shape, or form. But if you're going to show me stuff blowing up, yeah, I'll watch that.
I liked watching because the size because you can see the perspective of the size of this thing with the buildings in the front and everything, and it's just
Pancaking.
weird.
Yeah, awful.
And it's unbelievable to watch. But that said, yes, you're right. Okay, so billions. All right.
Yeah.
I was thinking 4 weeks we'd be done with maybe 500 million.
We have plenty of money laying around.
Yeah, we're fine.
But all of our munitions, all of our weapons, not that I give a fuck about the stockpile, but that's a whole other thing
Right.
that they're just wasting on this thing. But all of those aside, they just can't even do one simple, like, here's why we're doing it. This is what I can tell you. This is what I'm not going to tell you. And you get this.
I haven't got a chance to see a lot of reporting. I don't understand what the confusion is. Let me explain it to you, and I'll do it once again as clearly as possible. Perhaps you'll report it that way. The United States is conducting an operation to eliminate the threat of Iran's short-range ballistic missiles and the threat posed by their Navy, particularly to naval assets. That is the clear objective of this mission. Our mission and our focus is the destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities and their ability to manufacture them, as well as the threat posed by their Navy to global shipping. That's our objective. But the objective of this mission is the destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities. I'm telling you what the objectives of this operation are. The objectives of this operation are to destroy their ballistic missile capability and make sure they can't rebuild it, and make sure that they can't hide behind that to have a nuclear program. That's the objective of the mission. Someone was screaming, how long will it take? I don't know how long it'll take. We have objectives. We will do this as long as it takes to achieve those objectives, and we will achieve those objectives.
I counted 5 separate.
Okay. Well, no, he said ballistic missiles.
Then he said also
The Navy.
the Navy.
Right.
Then he said the enrichment plans.
Oh, okay.
No, there's 5. There's 5 in there.
So Iran does not have the ability to strike the American homeland.
Correct.
Iran has never threatened to strike the American
As far as we know.
Right.
homeland.
As far as we know.
Iran is we were told that we had eliminated their nuclear program.
Right, in June.
In June. And now they're still not saying we didn't do that. Obliterated it. They're still not saying anything to the contrary.
Right.
So what are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Here's MS Now's Katie Tur. We've put this together. These are all the various rationales in one.
The administration has been all over the place on its justification for war in Iran. The president and his VP initially said it was to stop Iran from getting a nuke. Then it was because the negotiations were not moving fast enough. Today, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane said it was to stop Iran from arming its proxies and projecting its power outside of its borders. The president has said he wants to free the Iranian people, but his VP recently said it was up to them to free themselves. Pete Hegseth said it wasn't about regime change today, but then added the regime sure did change. Trump has talked about a change in leadership like Venezuela. He said there were very good choices to lead Iran, only to later say those people can't because they're all dead. He told NBC the war could be short or it could be long. He told the New York Times it was intended to last 4 to 5 weeks. He told the Daily Mail it could take 4 weeks or less. He told Axios it could go long and he could take over the whole thing. He told ABC he has a beautiful plan but did not lay it out. He told the New York Post it would go quickly, but there could be troops on the ground. He told Fox that he's using the Venezuela template.
The Venezuela template.
So
that's where you go in and you kidnap their leader and then you leave.
Yeah, and you bring them back and put them in jail here and then hopefully never have to do anything about them.
So can we at this point say we're not following the Venezuelan
We're
model?
not following any of those models. The story that's come up has been that Israel basically said to Trump, or Netanyahu said to Trump, we have intelligence, very solid intelligence, that they're having one of their meetings and they're going to be in this one place and we're going to bomb them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is what we're now being told. And Trump said, you can't do that because then they'll attack us.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, come in with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're doing this. Now, if that's true, go back to your statement of like, when was the last time they had the capability to attack us?
They have never had that capability.
Correct. When was the last time that Israel and Iran have like tit for tat bombed each other, blah, blah, blah?
7 months ago.
And did they bomb us?
No.
Right. So it's this weird, now they're trying to drag Israel. I'm not trying to defend Israel, but they're using Israel as the reason. No, the real reason is this.
Right. But if you're using Israel as the reason, then what you're saying is we take our marching orders from Israel.
Correct.
That's a problem.
Yeah, right. I didn't say that. What I meant to say is the naval. They're boats.
But at a certain point, Rubio said this was a preemptive defensive strike.
Right.
Preemptively defensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is how you can, I believe, legally say that this is not a war,
right?
Because if it's a defensive operation, you are defending, you're responding to an imminent threat.
Right.
Then you do not need to go to Congress.
You potentially were attacked. I read somewhere on Twitter, wherever, someone wrote, "I get it. So I'm going to punch you in the face just in case you might punch me in the face later."
Right.
And that will stop you from punching me in the face,
even though you've never said, "I'm going to punch you in the face."
Right. Or more importantly, I don't have any arms.
I couldn't punch you in the face if I wanted to.
Yes.
Well, now the line is, we didn't start this war. We've been at war with them for 47 years.
Yeah. They've been at war with us for 47 years.
And thousands of Americans have died at their hands. Thousands, they're saying now.
Of course, people are feeling insecure and don't trust this because, as we all pointed out,
because the media is trying to make us look fat, make us feel fat. And so, of course, we're insecure about it.
The information is so confusing, and it seems ill-planned to not come out with a straight message.
Okay, but this is Trump we're talking about, so we know at least we know it's well planned. We know that.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful plan.
Yeah.
That neck rash that Trump had yesterday.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
We don't have it in this, but that's just he's molting. I don't know what the big deal is.
So it's behind his ear, on
Under
the back
collar.
of his neck.
is really gross.
It's so, it looks a little.
We don't have a clip of it. But did you just read what his doctor said?
What?
That he's using a very common, it was almost like guess the medicine.
Right.
Cream, I assume you can get over the counter and he's going to have it on for about a week, and then it's going to take a couple of weeks for it to go away. What it said, I can't talk about it.
What they said,
which means how far it's come up here, which.
Yeah, because it's peeking out.
You know what I mean? I'm curious. Like, it's not just like, of all places, right here, right by my collar. No,
it's
all
everywhere.
Places. It's over your entire fucking body.
We don't know that.
But other than the sight of that sore and that rash, they say it smells like spit.
Oh, come on.
What does it smell like?
Spit.
Doesn't everyone's spit smell differently? That sounds like bullshit.
That's doctors saying that.
There is something really gross about the idea of smelling like spit, as opposed like the fact that it's an unscented liquid, and that it now has a scent.
Yeah, which
very
I think,
unsettling.
by the way, and here's the thing: I'm just going to say, in defense of spit, because I work for the spit lobby. It doesn't smell like death, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe they meant pus.
Yeah,
pus.
pus.
Oh, pus.
Yeah, it smells like pus.
And
I read something weird, I guess.
Funnily enough, it also looked like pus. It's a great wound.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
How close to death do you think he really is?
No,
It's hard to say, right?
Because Fred Trump lived a long time, and he had a lot of problems. He had a lot of health problems, and that mutant lived for, I think, into his 90s.
And what about his mother?
Late 80s?
Yeah, she was pretty old.
It's so funny.
It was the
how
hair that saved her.
He looks exactly like his mother.
He does.
Photos of his mother look like him with a wig on.
Yeah.
And
like
photos
cool
of
wig.
him look like him with a wig on.
You're right.
Well, that was fun. I'm glad we got through the news, as difficult as it is. It is difficult news. We're at war. But now we get to do something fun. I'm gonna play a game with one of our audience members in just a second.
That's great.
All right, it is now that time where I play a game with an audience member from our taping of Have I Got News for You. Her name is Ashlee. Hello, Ashlee. Where are you joining us from today?
I'm wondering if you wore that sweatshirt for me because I am calling from Chicago.
In fact, I did.
Aw, thank you, Michael Ian Black.
It's critically important to me that every time we do this, I wear a hoodie of the hometown of whatever guest we have on. I'm starting that tradition right now. This is the first time I'm doing it, but that's why. And what do you do there in Chicago?
I have a couple of jobs. My two main jobs are I work for Northwestern University. I work at their law school. And then I also work as a musician part-time, most recently with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. I sing in their chorus. We just had rehearsal last night.
What is your vocal range? Let me guess, alto.
You know, that is often what people say because I speak low, but I actually sing in the soprano section. I sing high.
Really? Do you have a podcast? I feel like you do.
Is it the microphone? Yeah, I do actually. It started as a radio show. When we hit the pandemic, it turned into a podcast, and it's a show called Opera Box Score. It's a talk radio show about the world of opera.
All right, and then the last thing I want from you before we play this game is some clarification on the Cat Olympics. What are we talking about here?
Yes, I started an Instagram story series called Talking Olympics with my cat that went all through the 2022 Olympics. And when the 24 Summer Games rolled around, I had some friends that said, well, you're going to do this again, aren't you? And okay, sure, why not? And we just finished season 3 of Talking Olympics with my cat for the 2026 Games. And she is just as unbothered as she was the first time I did it.
Where can we find Talking Olympics with my cat?
So it's Ashlee Hardgrave. Ashlee is spelled with 2 E's and no Y. Hardgrave is in hard as not easy. Grave is in you bury something in the ground.
Great. So if you're looking for some Cat Olympic coverage, that's the place to go. Are you ready to play a Have I Got News for You game?
You know, I think I am. I think I'm ready.
Groovy. We're going to play a game called Lie Curious. I'm going to read you 3 facts about a celebrity, You tell me which of the three, it will only be one, is the truth. Time for 3 facts about Alan Cumming. Do you know who Alan Cumming is?
Yes.
Okay, so for people who don't, he's the Scottish star currently of Traitors or The Traitors on TV. He hosts Masterpiece Theater, starred in Cabaret on Broadway as well. Here are 3 facts about Alan Cumming. He was raised in a traveling circus, number 1. Number 2, he brings his own cutlery to restaurants. Number 3, he played an evil woodsman on a Scottish soap opera. Which one is the truth? We can talk through it if you like. He was raised in a traveling circus. What do you think?
You know, the Scottish folks are so full of whimsy. That does feel possible. So that's definitely a thing. In terms of the bringing the own cutlery to restaurants, as much as I want that to be true, I don't think it is. And then what was the third one?
He played something on a show. An evil woodsman on a Scottish soap opera.
An evil woodsman. I also want that to be true.
He does have a kind of evil woodsman-y vibe about him.
Yeah. And we see him more in plaid, which is darker and woodsy, and that makes sense to me as well. This is a tough one.
Traveling circus. I mean, he has a circusy vibe too, doesn't he? I mean, you could easily see that guy
really
juggling torches or being on the trapeze, sword swallower. I mean, that guy can do anything. He's a triple threat.
He absolutely can. All of these feel like they've got a nugget of truth to them, but I know that there are lies. So, my first gut guess is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to say that he was a member of a traveling circus.
All right. I love your confidence. Ashlee selects Alan Cumming was raised in a traveling circus, and the answer is played an evil woodsman on a Scottish soap opera.
Oh.
Over there.
That's also a great storyline.
It's the biggest soap opera in Scotland. It's called All My Kiltrin.
Nice. Good job.
Cumming got his break in the long-running Scottish soap opera Take the High Road is the actual name. He says of the role it was a quick lesson in acting and how to be on a set, and he is very grateful for the early gig. Honestly, if I was going to cast an evil woodsman, Alan Cumming would probably be my first choice. Hey, before I let you go, let me ask you, what brought you to Have I Got News for You in the first place? How'd you even get tickets?
Yeah, my friend Melissa and I, my dear friend, she and her partner and I are fans of the show. We've watched it. We're also Amber Ruffin fans, and so the reason we were coming to New York City was to go to see Big. See, there you go. Alan Cumming. Nice work. Yes, we were Alan Cumming to New York City, and we were going to see Bigfoot the musical. So since we knew we were going to be there that weekend, we found out that HIGNFYE was taping on Fridays. That worked into our time. We put our name in for tickets thinking, we might get it. We might not. We'd like to, but, we'd made our peace with it. And then at the 11th hour, we got the email for it and got super duper excited. Our flight was late at LaGuardia, and we came directly from getting off our flight at United. We got in a cab. We came straight to the studio. So that was our Friday afternoon, but it was absolutely worth it.
I'm so glad you made it. And how did you enjoy Bigfoot? I just went to the opening. I thought it was great.
Oh, it's bananas. It's so smart. I'm angry at how smart it is, and funny and unhinged. And I hope it finds the right people, and I hope it really takes off, because it's so fun and so silly in all the best ways. And my God, the singing, they were singing their faces off.
Yeah. Ashlee, thank you so much for coming on to the show today. Thanks for being a HIGNFYE fan, and maybe we'll see you again sometime soon.
Oh, you will. Every time we're coming to New York, Bigfoot the musical or not, we're gonna put in for HIGNFYE tickets.
Love it. Thanks for joining me on Have I Got News for Your Ears. I'm Michael Ian Black. I want to thank our HIGNFYE fan, Ashlee, for playing our game today. I want to thank my co-pilots, Jim Biederman, Jodi Lennon, and of course, I want to thank all of you. We'll see you next week for a brand new episode. Have I Got News for Your Ears releases new episodes every Wednesday. Don't miss an episode. Follow us on Apple, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, you can watch the VODCAST on Spotify or on the Have I Got News for You YouTube channel. And while you're there, please follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the HIGNFYE YouTube channel and be sure to click the bell to stay on top of all our great content. Even better, become a member for exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shoutouts, and more. Click the join button below.